Hi, and thanks for joining me today. Today we're going to be talking about the Panchamaya Kosha system and how it relates to Yoga Nidra. The Panchamaya Kosha system is the system of energetic sheaths that we look at when we are investigating the human body. There are 5 sheaths, including the Annamaya Kosha, the Pranamaya Kosha, Manamaya Kosha, Vinyasa Kosha, and Anandamaya Kosha. Yoga Nidra uses the Panchamaya Kosha system to progressively move through the different energetic layers of the human body. When we practice and facilitate Yoga Nidra, we always begin in Annamaya Kosha, working with the physical body. From there, we move into Pranamaya Kosha, or the energetic body. Then we move into Manamaya Kosha, or the mental body. And finally, we arrive in Vinyasa Kosha. Vinyasa Kosha, it sits right up next to the astral and causal planes, which represent the unconscious mind, the emotions and thoughts that we are not necessarily aware of because they're buried deep within the recesses of our consciousness. When we do work in this particular sheath, we are releasing any attachments that we might have to our perceived polarity of our lived experience. When we release these attachments, we come to a more neutral and balanced state of being. This balanced state of being helps us to be truly in the present moment without referring to our past lived experiences. Yoga Nidra can be profoundly transformative. There are many different styles of Yoga Nidra that we'll go over in this section of training. As you work with each different style of Yoga Nidra, you'll learn different things about your own personal practice, and you will develop an awareness about how your students might receive that particular style of Yoga Nidra. Listen to your intuition and feel what you feel when you practice these styles of Yoga Nidra. Some styles are more activating than others. Some styles are so benign that you really literally just feel deeply relaxed. And some styles are designed to guide you through a process of awakening into your natural enlightened state of being. Regardless of which style resonates most with you, understand that each of the styles can activate individuals and cause adverse reactions. Counterindications might include students and clients who have unresolved mental health issues or who have been diagnosed with clinical mental health disorders and are not medicated. Sometimes we won't know if our students or clients are at risk for an adverse reaction to a particular Yoga Nidra practice, and that's okay. It's more important to understand how to hold space if, in fact, one of the students in your class is activated. If a student is activated, listen to your student with a compassionate heart. Actively listen to them using your body language to let them know that they are seen and heard and connected to. Never dismiss a student's experience or marginalize their perception of what happened in their experience. Validate them for sharing their concerns or experience with you and give them tools to help them to reground. Drinking warm water or maybe chamomile tea can be a very effective way of grounding back into the body, as can salt baths and meditative practices and mantra. When we listen to our students, really hear them, and then give them something to help them to feel more embodied, we are meeting them where they're at and providing them with the support that they need. We don't need to explain it, we don't need to diagnose, and we don't need to think about all of the reasons that might have caused an adverse experience. Ultimately, we don't know why the unconscious mind reacted or responded in the way that it did. All we know is that the unconscious mind reacted in a way that made the student or client feel uneasy in some way. We use the Panchamaya Kosha system in many different practices within the yogic tradition. Yoga Nidra is no different. Yoga Nidra originates from the tantric practices that aim to embody the enlightened being in a state of self-realization. Tantra yoga acknowledges that all beings are divine embodiments of God, expressed through Maya, and that there is no separation between the divinity that is living and breathing you and the divinity that is living and breathing me. The separation is a result of a misunderstanding due to the Maya or the mind, and those polarities that take us further into separation and ultimately suffering can be neutralized through tools like Yoga Nidra and Pratipaksha Bhavana. I hope you found this lecture helpful. Be well, yogis. Namaste.